all, my name is Falki Jain from Vigilant Online, and if you're new to this channel, then consider subscribing right now. Now this class is going to be a different one because in this class we are going to brush up our fundamentals. So as a student we carry lots of information, but that information is in pieces. So here I am with the concept classes in order to join those pieces. This video is equally important to any student of the school, whether it's class 7 student, 8, 9 or 10, because here we are going to study the basics of science. So let me share with you the highlight of the session. So in this session we are going to study about atoms, atomic number and mass number, why electron is not considered in mass number, what is the significance of proton, what is the significance of neutron, and how by changing the neutrons get isotopes. So what are the difference between isotopes, isobars and isotopes? So let's start with this.
So if I ask you, what is your body made up of? In the first thought, you would say that our body is made up of different kinds of organs like stomach, liver, heart, etc. Okay, so now I would say just zoom a bit and now tell me what is your body made up of? Then you may say that it is made up of cell. Now I say it again, zoom a bit more and then give me the answer. Now I know you would give me the answer, atom. Very good. So it is not our body. In fact, whole of the living and non-living world is made up of atom, and these atoms are sometimes organized in order to form molecules. So now within few minutes we are going to understand what is atom and what are the three subatomic particles. Now atom is basically the smallest unit of any matter. In fact, it is the smallest particle of matter that can take part in a chemical reaction. It is composed of three subatomic particles, basically protons, neutrons and electrons. They are subatomic particles. Okay. Now I am going to denote them with the help of letter P plus. Small p plus means proton having positive charge, neutron small n and 0, it means it has no charge, it is neutral. No charge means neutral. And electron small e and then negative charge, it means electrons are negative charge. Now proton and neutron are collectively called nucleons. Now why nucleons? Because they reside in the nucleus of the atom. And as per Bohr atomic model, electrons move around the nucleus in specified circular path called orbit or shells. So you have a nucleus in between. Now why we put positive here? Because this nucleus consists of protons and neutrons. Now this neutron is no charge and proton is positive charge. That is why we denote nucleus by a positive one. And then you have the orbit around the nucleus, and in this orbit you have electrons revolving. Now let us talk about the mass of proton, neutron and electron. So basically the mass of proton is equivalent to 1 AMU. What is AMU? It is atomic mass unit. Now 1 atomic mass unit is equivalent to 1.660539 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Okay. Now talking about neutron. So its mass is actually slightly more than that of 1 AMU, but for the calculation purpose we actually consider it approximately equal to 1 AMU. So the mass of neutron is approximately equal to 1 atomic mass unit. Now talking about electron. So its mass is so small in comparison to the mass of nucleon. The mass of electron is approximately equal to 1836 of mass of proton. So if you can see here, it is so small, right? That is why if I talk about mass number, so mass number is equivalent to what? Mass number is equal to mass of proton and mass of neutron. So students sometimes ask that why do not we consider mass of electron when we are calculating mass number, which we denote by capital A. So mass number is denoted by capital A. So the answer is very much clear now that the mass of electron is so small, it is negligible as compared to the mass of proton and neutron, that we do not consider it while calculating the mass number. Also, atoms often lose, share or gain electrons in order to become stable. Now we are going to understand the significance of proton. Proton actually has a very important role in determining that what is the element. Okay, so atomic number, what is the symbol for atomic number? It is Z. So atomic number is equal to number of protons. Okay, so in case we change the number of protons, so we are changing the atomic number of the element, and if the atomic number of the element changes, it means the element itself changes. And for a neutral atom, number of proton is equal to number of electrons. So this is for a neutral atom which is not charged. Okay, so I need to write a pointer here. It is for neutral atom. Okay, so the atomic number determines the chemical properties of an element, and if we change the number of electrons, there is no problem. If we change the number of neutrons, still there is no problem. But if we change the number of protons, then the element itself changes. So the way you have roll number in your class which identifies you, the very same way we have atomic number of every element. So if you change the number of proton, the atomic number of the element will change and the element itself will change. Now next we are going to understand the significance of neutron. So let me explain the significance of neutron with the help of an example. Now let us consider an element helium. So this is the symbol for helium and it has the atomic number of 2. So it means it will be having 2 protons and 2 electrons because it is a neutral atom. Right now, suppose we are taking its nucleus. So this is the nucleus of helium. So we know that in this nucleus we will be having 2 protons. Okay, now tell me, these 2 protons are basically positive charge and we know that like charges will repel each other. So if they are placed together, they will repel each other so much that this nucleus will collapse. So there has to be certain thing in between these 2 protons so that they do not repel, and this role is completed by the neutron. So neutron reside in between these protons so that the nucleus doesn't collapse. So this is the significance of neutron, that it avoids the collapse of the nucleus. Now talking about hydrogen. So hydrogen has the atomic number of 1. It means its number of protons will be 1 and number of electron will also be 1 because it is a neutral atom. You will be having only 1 proton here in the center, right? Now this hydrogen doesn't contain any neutron and the reason is very simple. Since this proton has no other proton to repel, therefore there is no need of neutron, and that is why hydrogen doesn't consist of any of the neutron. Now we are going to understand that by changing the number of neutron, how do we achieve isotopes? So what are these isotopes? Now iso means same, and topes means position. So in this, the atoms are of same elements but they differ in atomic number. So you will be having same element having different mass number. Okay, so this is what isotopes is. Now if you have to change the mass number, so mass number is capital A, and what is the formula for mass number? It is number of protons plus number of neutrons. Now I told you that the element is same. So it means we cannot change the protons, because if we change the protons, then the atomic number will change, and atomic number is unique for every element. So therefore I cannot change the number of protons. Now next is number of neutrons. So I have to change the number of neutrons, only then the mass number will change, right? Now let us consider the example of hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen H, it is denoted by Z, which is here in the subscript, and A, which is there in the superscript. So A is for mass number and Z is for atomic number. Okay, now I know that hydrogen is having the atomic number of 1, and since it is not having any neutron, therefore the mass number will also be 1. Okay, so this type of hydrogen, which consists of 1 atomic number and 1 mass number, is called protium. I can say that protium is having only 1 proton in the nucleus and it has only 1 electron, because number of protons is equal to number of electron. Now if I want to make the isotope of hydrogen, so I cannot change the number of protons, I will change the number of neutrons. Let us consider the hydrogen in which you have 1 proton and 1 neutron. In that way the mass number will be 1 proton and 1 neutron. So mass number will be 2. Okay, so hydrogen having 1 atomic number and 2 mass number is called deuterium. Okay, now if you see here, they belong to the same element hydrogen, but the only difference is mass number. So protium and deuterium are isotopes of hydrogen. Now let us consider one more isotope of hydrogen. In this we are actually increasing the number of neutron by 2. So here the mass number will be 1 proton and 2 neutrons. So the total mass number comes out to be 3. Okay, so let us write this here now. So hydrogen will be having the same atomic number 1, but this time since we have increased the neutron by 2, so our mass number will be 3. Okay, and we will say it as tritium. So protium, deuterium and tritium, these are the isotopes of hydrogen having same atomic number but different mass number. Now I am going to tell you one more isotope, and that is the isotope of carbon. So carbon is basically having the atomic number of 6 and the mass number of 12, but there is one more isotope of carbon which is having the atomic number of 6 whereas the mass number of 13. So now write in the comment section that what will be the number of neutron in the isotope of carbon having the mass number of 13. Now let us consider what is isobar. So isobar, again it means same, and bar means mass. So in isobars you have same mass number but different atomic number. Okay, so if I am changing the atomic number, it means I am changing the element. In isobars you will be having different elements but having same mass numbers. For example, consider cobalt and nickel. So cobalt and nickel, they are two different elements, and that is why their atomic number will be also different. So cobalt has an atomic number of 27 whereas nickel has an atomic number of 28, but they will be having same mass. So they are having a mass of 64 and 64. So we can say they are isobars. Similarly, if we take the example of sodium and magnesium, sodium is Na and magnesium is mg. The atomic number of sodium is 11, whereas the atomic number of magnesium is 12. They are having a different atomic number, and that is why they are different elements. But if we talk about their mass number, the mass number is 24 here and the mass number is 24 here. So that is why we would say that these are isobars. Next we are going to talk about isotones. So now in isotones you will be having same number of neutrons. Okay, the number of neutrons will be same, but there will be difference in the atomic number. So I can say isotones means same number of neutrons but different atomic number. So if I am saying the atomic number is different, it means I am talking about two different elements. So let me take the example of isotones. So we have chlorine having the mass number of 37 and we have potassium having the mass number of 39. Okay, now if I talk about the atomic number of chlorine, the atomic number of chlorine is 17, whereas the atomic number of potassium is 19. Now we know the atomic number is equal to number of protons. The number of protons with chlorine is 17 and number of protons with potassium is 19. Okay, now we need to calculate the number of neutrons. So I know that mass number is equal to number of protons and number of neutrons. Okay, so for chlorine the mass number is 37 and the number of protons is 17. So if I have to calculate the number of neutrons, it would be 37 minus 17 and the answer comes out to be 20. Okay, in similar way, if I have to calculate the number of neutrons for potassium, so I know mass number is equal to number of protons and number of neutrons. So the mass number is 39 here, number of protons is 19 and neutron I don't know. So if I subtract 39 minus 19, the number of neutrons comes out to be 20. Okay, so here you can see for both the cases the number of neutron is same. Okay, but they are two different elements, and that is why we can say that isotones belongs to the atom of same number of neutrons but different atomic number.
I hope this has been a very interesting session for you all. In the next session, we are going to learn about the important atomic numbers which you need to learn by heart. So for this, I am going to show you certain tricks. Next, you are going to study about how to make formulae, and then we will also understand that why certain elements exhibit different valencies. So let's meet in concept class 2. Till then, bye bye and take care.